Okay, this is really weird. Never made a video of myself like this before. Anyway, I'm not real sure what I'm supposed to say, except that today is the last day of the LuRong Paleo Challenge, and I did it. Yay! um, wow, it's been a hell of a ride. um, gosh, let's see. The first week, when my body, well, week and a half, almost two, I guess, but mostly the first 10 days, I guess, when my body was learning how to burn fat instead of sugar, was pure hell. I wasn't quite prepared for the nausea and explosive diarrhea that came along, but you know, it worked. I dropped like 90% of the weight I lost in that first week. Actually, I gained some of it back and then lost it again. But anyway, so that was fun. Obviously now my body loves it, and I guess, wow, I just, I don't really know what to say other than this challenge has been amazing for me. Not easy by any means. Really not easy. The two main struggles, I guess, are, well, okay, there's a few, but the big one is convenience, because it's not convenient. It's not convenient to go out to eat. It's not convenient to go eat at a friend's house or anything. You know, if there's a party, it's like, well, this looks like something that I should be able to eat, but let's see, did you put mayonnaise in this, or did you, is there dairy in here, or sugars, and whatever. I mean, even going to, like, the grocery store, I mean, some of the stuff you just can't find. I mean, it took me, I looked for, not right away, but I found a recipe for hot dogs. I don't typically eat hot dogs, so I hadn't really paid attention until I wanted to find this recipe, but I mean, I went to all the organic, the Whole Foods, kind of shops to find hot dogs that I could eat, and I couldn't find any. Finally, I found some kind of by accident at the grocery store that I typically shop at. I don't know if I missed them the first time I was looking, or I just assumed they wouldn't have them if the other place didn't. I don't know, but anyway, things like that. Bacon's like impossible to find without sugar, nitrites and stuff, nitrates, whatever, in them. So anyway, that is definitely inconvenient, and the price you have to pay to eat healthy is, well, it sucks. Especially if you want grass-fed, especially if you want, local, all those things to make it get what you really want. It's quite expensive. But well worth it, right? I mean, I was never a big, well, not never, but in my recent life, I haven't been a big fast food person. I don't do that very often. Subway, that is the one thing I miss. I would really love a nice sub with bread. But my body feels good enough that I'm really going to try to stay away from the gluten. So, I mean, they make breads that don't have gluten in them. I don't think they're very good from what I've heard. I haven't tried them yet, but we'll see. So anyway, I'll keep it to a minimum if I'm sure I'll have gluten somewhere along the line, but we'll see how my body reacts to it. The sugars are freaking crazy. I mean, there's sugar in everything. Everything. I'm like, are you kidding me? Anyway, so everyone who's done this already knows all this stuff, so I'm just rambling on, I guess. But my body feels great. I've always had a touch of what I thought was IBS or irritable bowel, very irregular in that kind of way, in my stomach, my digestive tract. Feels healthy for the first time since I can remember. That alone is amazing. The energy, I mean, aside from the first 2 weeks when I had like zip, I have plenty of energy. I mean, everyone has their days, but my sleeping has been good. I've had trouble in the past falling asleep. I've had trouble staying asleep. And now I usually fall asleep pretty quickly and sleep till I need to. Now, however, I can't sleep in anymore, which kind of sucks, but I guess it's because I go to bed early typically, so I don't need to. I mean, I do get I'm usually an 8-hour person, so, but you know, like my alarm goes off. It's not one of those where I'm like, oh, I need to hit the snooze button. I jump right up, I'm wide awake, raring to go. It's been good. What else? I mean, I look good. Haven't lost a ton of weight. I lost 11 pounds. My goal was 10, so I got that. I have another 10 to go to get to my overall goal, and then we'll go from there. It's kind of hard to tell. I've obviously not on the challenge, but over the past couple years I've lost 130 plus pounds. So there's a lot of loose stuff there that I don't think is going to go away. But, you know, it's tightening up a little bit. I have muscles. I mean, I've been doing CrossFit for about 8 months. I have all these muscles. But I've PR'd in lots of things on this challenge. So, I mean, it's obviously been good for me as far as my workouts go. My benchmarks. When I did Christine the first week or second week of the challenge, it took me 20 minutes and 29 seconds. I cried. I was nauseous. I mean, part of it was the change in the diet and I didn't feel well. But I cried and was miserable and humiliated that it took so long and just a wreck. And I have dreaded that bitch for 8 weeks. And then last week, let's see, I started out my benchmarks with Randy. Did great. Shaved a lot of time off that. That was on Monday. No, that was Friday. Anyway, so then I came in it was Monday. So then I came in on Wednesday to work out, and we were doing max height box jumps, and I fell right on the corner of the box and got 5 stitches in my knee. Totally awesome. Let's see, yeah, we're on video, I can show you. I just got my stitches out. But, excuse this. Oh, I'm looking at myself now, so I'm not sure how to do this. Anyway, I hope you can see that. Anyway, so 5 stitches. Didn't work out for a week. So then I had to book it to be able to get my last 2 in. Wrapped my knee up the size of a football to do the LuRong challenge, so the burpees. And my burpees are decent, so I did fine. I mean, once I got up to around 80, I started getting pretty tired, and I hit my knee once, but luckily I had a ton of padding on it, so I was like, oh, crap, don't do that. Watch your knee, watch your knee. So anyway, I made it through that. And I did great. Shaved a lot of time off that too. And then for Christine, the rows are what killed me so bad the first time I did it. And I practiced rows. So I'm like, okay, this isn't going to be too bad. I'm not worried about it. My trainer and I figured out a pretty slow pace for me to pace myself to be able to get through it without dying. So I had planned to do 2-minute, 30-second, 5-meter row. But with my knee, the box jumps slowed me down dramatically. Mostly mental. I mean, it's all up here. I was petrified to jump on that box. I knew I could do it because I've been doing a 20-inch box forever. Well, not forever, but you know what I mean. So, I mean, I was sick. I did not sleep the night before Christine, and I was nauseous and, yeah, just sick all day long, dreading it. I'm like, this is going to suck. I'm not going to do any better. I'm going to fall and kill myself and whatever. So, you know, I worked on my box jumps for 2 days, and, like, I could do it. My knee hurt pretty bad that day, probably because I had just done the LuRong 2 days before, and, anyway, so I did it, and instead of keeping my 2:30 pace for the rows, I bumped it up quite a bit because I knew my box jumps were going to take me a long time. So I sped up the rows, which were tough. You know, the breathing's hard. But I needed to make up my box jumps, and I ended up shaving 6 minutes off. So fantastic. I fell to the floor and about passed out after, and trying to catch my breath, and I just started bawling, and everybody's like, what the hell is wrong with you? They call me Tango. They're like, Tango, why are you crying? You did great. What's wrong? And I'm just like, they're happy tears. I'd been worried about this stupid WOD for 8 weeks, and then the box jump thing hurting my knee, and then, oh gosh, and it was just like this gigantic boulder just was lifted off of me. So that was awesome. I think I shaved just over 10 minutes off my benchmarks from start to finish. So that's awesome. Anyway, I don't know. This is really long. I'm sorry. I can't shut up now. Now once I started talking, story of my life. But anyway, thanks. I didn't want to do this challenge. I was the last one to sign up. I think when they posted it on our board at the gym, there were like 20 plus people that were going to do it. I'm not sure how many actually signed up and decided to do it. I think it was probably close to 10, 8 to 10 of us that did it. Only 2 of us, no, that's not true. Now 3 of us finished. 2 of us actually finished and did it 100%, no cheating kind of thing, which was awesome. And we talked, there was a family in our box that did it, and they had a lot of cheats, and they missed quite a few WODs throughout the challenge, but we talked the mom into completing her benchmarks anyway, and she kicked butt. She improved on all of them, even not planning to. She did them all in 2 days, because we were doing Christine, and we're like, hey, just do Randy while we're doing Christine. She's like, okay, so she did her Randy, and then we're like, hey, you're here, just do Christine, who cares? You're going to do better. Anyway, so she did, and it was awesome. So it's been a fabulous experience. It's changed my life a lot. And I love you for it. So thanks.